Hello and welcome everyone. It is time for Jim Comics Top Picks for New Comic Book Day this upcoming Wednesday, April 3rd, 2019. Another good week of comics coming out. Boy, there's some really good ones this week that you're going to want to get. Anyways, we'll get into it in a minute. There's a couple you can't miss ones in this week, so we'll get into that in just a bit. I'd like to thank all my subscribers. I really appreciate taking the time to watch my videos, send me comments. I really mean it. You guys are all awesome with awesome comments and suggestions and everything else, so thank you so much. I don't have a shout out for shop today, but I'll do that in my next video. And before I get going too far, I want to make sure I give a shout out to one of my Instagram users, or subscribers I should say, is RVT or Arvit. I'm not sure how I pronounce the name, but it's ARVYT. He's been talking to me back and forth about a book I'm going to talk about at the end, a spec book, so that's pretty interesting. So we'll get into that at the end. As usual, I'll run through what I'm looking at, my top covers and my top picks. So we'll get going into what I'm looking at this week. From Alterna Comics, just the one from them, but Blood Realm #1. It's a volume 2. I think Midtown has it listed as number 4, but it's actually number 1 of volume 2. And again, it's a 3-part miniseries. Robert Geronimo is the artist and the writer on that, and I've showed some of the original artwork I got for the first series. Boy, I really like this this series. The first one did really well, actually. It went to a 3rd printing, which is kind of unheard of for Alterna, because they're a really small company, and that series went to a 3rd printing. So, and they're only $1.50. You can't really go wrong with these. And a lot of time, or well, in the first issue, like all the first printings of the first run, they were all like $10, $15 books, which is pretty good for $1.50 books. So I highly suggest that series. It's a good dark fantasy story, man. I really like it. I can't wait to read that. So they're looking forward to that. Blood Realm #1. That is out this week. It actually was supposed to be out last week, but Diamond pushed it back to this week. So, which is fine with me, but can't wait to read it. So another one from Dynamite, Obey Me #1. There's a whole bunch of covers for this. Obey Me #0 came out there. I showed that one a little while ago, and it was pretty good. It's got the dog and that girl going around killing people for their souls and stuff. So I'm going to take a look at #1. I enjoyed 0, so I'll keep going with it. You pick what cover you want. I'm just going to grab cover A. From Image, you got Die #5. I don't think I need to tell you about this series. It's been really good. And I was lucky enough to find a few of the back issues I was missing, because I bought #1 and then I missed a couple issues, and I was lucky enough to find them. So I got the whole run, and I'm definitely grabbing this Die #5. 2 covers for that one. So I'll definitely be grabbing that. That's it for Independence. From DC, I'm only getting 1 title from them this week, Justice League #21. There's the image they're showing of Midtown is the wrong image, because that's one of the 3 connecting covers that came out in the last issue. So I saw an image for the correct image anyways. I'm going to try and find it to be able to put up in the video, but if you don't see it anyways, the image that they're showing Midtown is wrong. So there's 2 covers for that. From Marvel, got a few titles from them. Avengers No Road Home #8, 2 covers for that. Man, I've been enjoying this weekly series. I really like these weekly series. And it's kind of funny that Bailet showed up in the last issue, and that nobody even seemed to care, but hey, that's a pretty big deal. So anyways, I can't wait to see where this is going. And I want to see with the Immortal Hulk absorbing. They did mention in last issue that whoever breaks the shard, or the shard is a container for the powers within, and the Hulk broke it, so he obviously absorbed those powers. So it'll be interesting to see how that's going to change him going forward. Conan the Barbarian #5. There's 3 covers for that. I'm only getting the Esad Ribic cover A. I really like his artwork. I got all the cover A's all the way along, a couple B's, but there's also a limited variant, but I'm only grabbing cover A. Cosmic Ghost Rider Destroys Marvel History #2. There's 2 covers for that. A is nice, B is terrible, so I'm only, I don't know, man, that is a terrible cover. Some of these B covers lately have been just atrocious, and that one's that's horrendous. Anyways, I'm not getting that. I will get cover A if I get it at all. Deadpool #11, 2 covers for that one. I'm only getting cover A, but it's a continuation of that storyline with Goodnight, who showed up, made his first full appearance in #10. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with him, so I'm definitely grabbing that. Immortal Hulk #16. Boy, if you aren't reading this series, you are absolutely missing out. This and Venom are the 2 best series Marvel's putting out right now. 3 covers for this one. Cover A, which is a nice Alex Ross cover. Cover B, don't like it too much. And then cover C is the one for 25. And got to take a second to talk about this because by now I'm sure you're all aware that the one for 25, the price on this one for the first print has just gone absolutely stupid. And Marvel, of course, wouldn't let shops reorder the first print and went ahead and put out a second print with a second print 1 for 25, which I have never heard of that. I've never heard of Marvel doing that. So I don't know. There's either something really big coming in this issue, and they're trying to capitalize on that, or I really hope this is a one-off and they don't start doing this for all their limited variants, because boy, if they do, that's going to really kill the limited variant. That's just going to they're shooting themselves in the foot by doing that. That's just going to piss comic collectors off, and they're going to find that stores in the past, when they would have ordered a certain amount to get variants, are now going to order less copies because they're like, what's the point? Marvel, boy, if anybody from Marvel is watching this video, which I doubt you are, but if you are, boy, you'd better stop that practice soon, because that is going to kill your comic sales big time. Because shops are they're going to say, why should I bother ordering first prints if you're going to go and screw around with second prints and third prints and all that other. You've always done second and third prints, which is fine, but you can't do it for limited variants, in my opinion. You just can't. That's got to be a first print thing and leave it at that. Move on. But boy, anyways, that's my thought on it. Next one up is Major X #1. This is a Rob Liefeld title. There's 2 covers for it. Boy, I've had a few people ask me for my thoughts on this one, and I don't even know if I'm going to buy one. To me, it looks like a total 90s rehash. It looks like a million characters that have come out in the 90s. It looks like a combination of Judge Dredd and you pick a character with guns. My opinion, it's going to flop and fall on its face. I'm only mentioning it because it's #1, and I might grab one copy of cover A, but I don't know. I might just flip through it at the store and not even buy it. We'll see. War of the Realms, boy, there is an absolute ton of covers for this one. There's literally 30 covers for this. As usual, Marvel's putting out a million. There's some really nice ones, though. I'm going to show the ones I like on the screen. There's your regular cover A. There's a whole bunch of regular priced variants. A couple of the ones I really like. There's a J. Scott Campbell Hela cover with the kind of the grayed out old school cover in behind, and then I really like that one. Boy, I want to get that one. There's a nice Gabriel Dell'Otto cover. I think that one's a 1 for 10 if I'm not mistaken. And a few other ones, but boy, there's just so many. You pick what you want. I'm going to try and grab a few of the ones I like and leave it at that. But I'm looking forward to this series. I think it's going to be really good. So anyways, that's it for me this week. There's not a ton of books out this week I'm looking at. For covers, Deathstroke 42, cover B, a really nice Matina cover. I bought a few. This one's really, a lot of his stuff has been really dark. Kind of hard to see what's going on, but this is a really nice cover, so I got to give him kudos on that one. That looks good. Green Lantern #6, cover B, a really nice Perillo cover. I bought a couple issues of Green Lantern, and I didn't enjoy it, so I dropped it, but it's a gorgeous cover. Champions #4, cover A, a nice Jacinto cover. Boy, I really like that one. That's good. Conan #5, I mentioned Esad Ribic. I really like his work. It's really nice. And speaking of War of the Realms, which I just mentioned, it's listed as cover F on Midtown, but the J. Scott Campbell cover, I really like that one. That's just got I like Hela, and she looks really good on that. And cover Q, I don't know, but it's a nice Dell'Otto cover. You'll see the image on the screen. I really like that one. And one, I'm not normally buying Grimm Fairy Tales, but there's cover E, really nice Leonardo Colapietro. Hope I pronounced that right. Anyways, cover E is just a really nice looking cover, so I really like that one. My picks this week are Immortal Hulk #16. Boy, that one is awesome. I'm getting cover A. I'm not even looking at cover B. And I'm trying to get the 1 for 25. If you can get it, don't overpay for it. I know that's hard to say because the prices were just absolutely stupid on this a month ago. So, but if you have a good shop and they're going to sell it to you at a reasonable price, I recommend getting it, because I think there's some. It looks like Harpy will definitely be showing up in this. You're going to see. I've seen images of Rick Jones being revived with that green goo on the table. So whether he comes back as A-Bomb or something else, I don't know. And I really think that Jackie McGee's father, who showed up in hell, he showed up in hell along with Rick Jones and General Ross. I think that her father is going to come back as a new character at some point. So that's going to be really interesting. So anyways, who knows if that's this issue or what, but Immortal Hulk 16 is definitely on my list as we get by that comic. Another pick is Blood Realm #1 of Volume 2. I really enjoyed the first 3 issues from Volume 1, and I'm really looking forward to these next 3 issues. And if you read the first 3 issues, the son that was born from the king and the queen, right at the beginning, he he was born as a monster and took off. You never saw him again in that first volume. And his name is, I think it's Leviathan, and I'm pretty sure he comes back in this Volume 2, so that's going to be cool. I can't wait to read that one. Next one up is Die #5 from Image. It's a great title. Stephanie Hans is doing the artwork on that, and boy, she's a good artist, and it's just a really good story. So that is, there's 2 covers for that one. Yeah, as you all know, that one's doing really well. Definitely get that. And then Avengers No Road Home #8. I'm really liking the storyline, and there's some good stuff going on in these. And you know what, a lot of this stuff may not pan out. It's funny because Avengers 684, when that came out, it sat at like $10, $5 to $10 for 6 months. Nobody paid any attention into it, and then all of a sudden the Immortal Hulk got hot, and everybody went, holy shit, I gotta go buy that book. Now it's an $80 book. So I don't know, I recommend these Avengers No Road Home every issue, because there's stuff that in these is going to pay down the road. So and I still say 679, the first appearance of the Challenger, that's going to be a key book down the road. But anyways, we're getting off on a tangent here. Anyways, honorable mention, War of the Realms. This looks really good, and this is kind of a culmination of everything that Jason Aaron has done over the last 8 years, or 6 years, or however many years. I think it's 80 issues. So what's that? I think it's 6 years he's been writing Thor, and all the different characters and storylines and stuff. It's all kind of culminating in this War of the Realms, so there's going to be some good stuff popping up in there. So that's it for my books this week. Now, my spec book this week is, it's one I've shown before, and I'm sure you're all well aware of it. It's Doomsday Clock #1. You got the lenticular cover with Rorschach on the cover, but of course that is the Rorschach 2. Technically, that's your first appearance of Rorschach 2 on the cover. You've got your midnight release. You've got your color version, and then you got your cover A. Now, I've mentioned this before. It's your first full appearance of the Mime and Marionette in issue 1. It's also your first full appearance of Rorschach 2 in this book. So it is a very good book for those reasons. But as you're all may or may not be aware, HBO is launching The Watchmen this year. It's confirmed that it's coming out this year. It'll be coming out after Game of Thrones, which, if my information is correct, it ends around the end of May. So who knows when Watchmen comes out, but likely it'll be in the summertime. Who knows when, June, July, August, somewhere in there. Damon Lindelof he wrote the pilot. They're coming out with a pilot. There's been a few little snippets of trailers have been released to this point. And according to Lindelof, it's going to be a remixed version of The Watchmen. It's kind of described as a new testament to the original story with new characters and settings. That's the important part. And one of the new characters is to be played by Tom Mison, who was in Sleepy Hollow. He's a really good actor. And Lindelof said he will not be adapting the original 12 issues from the 80s. So I got to read something here that he put out. He said... they will, however, be remixed because the bass lines and those familiar tracks are just too good, and we'd be fools not to sample them. At least some of the music. Those original 12 issues are our Old Testament. When the New Testament came along, it did not erase what came before it. It all happened, and so it will be with Watchmen. The comedian died, Dan and Lori fell in love, Ozymandias saved the world, and Dr. Manhattan left just after blowing Rorschach to pieces in the bitter cold of Antarctica. To be clear, Watchmen is canon, so that's key. Watchmen is canon for this new show coming out. Just the way Mr. Moore wrote it, the way Mr. Gibbons drew it, and the way the brilliant John Higgins colors it. So the rumor is that the Mime and the Marionette are going to be showing up in this new Watchmen series. So again, I don't have confirmation of this. It's on Wikipedia, which, as you know, is not the most reliable source because that can be altered. But there are a couple sites I've been reading which have Tom Meissen listed as the mime and Sarah Vickers as the marionette. So if those two show up, boy, this is you. I hope you got a copy of this first print of Doomsday Clock #1 because that is a really good book. Whether or not they show up in the show, it's still a great book. And then another one is Yahya Abdul Mateen, the second. He played Black Manta in the Aquaman movie. And boy, he would be an awesome Rorschach too. He's a good actor, and just his look would be perfect for Rorschach. You've got Jeremy Irons as Ozymandias. He's shown up in the trailer and everything else. Gene Smart, Agent Blake, Tim Blake Nelson, rumored to be playing a character called Glass. Andrew Howard, the Red Scare. You've got a few other ones. There's been a rumor for quite a while that John Cena was going to play Dr. Manhattan. Whether or not, right now HBO is really tight-lipped about their casting and the plot line and all that kind of stuff, so it's hard to say, but a lot of times these things start out as rumors and they end up being true. Sometimes they don't, but I would love to see the mime and marionette show up in this, especially if the original what the hell am I trying to say? The original Comet Watchmen is canon for this, and it kind of continues from the end of that, but more of a remix. The mime and marionette are, from that alternate universe, and same with Rorschach 2 in Doomsday Clock, and then they come over to the DC universe. So it would be kind of cool to see them continue in what happens with them in the in that Watchmen universe. That would be awesome because I love those characters. They are really cool characters. And so keep your eyes peeled for that because, boy, as soon as that does get announced, that book's going to jump in price. So if you can find a copy, a lot of these you can still find sitting in back issue bins or, stores will have them for a few dollars more than cover. I highly suggest getting them if you can because they are good ones to get. So anyways, that is it this week, folks. Take care. Happy hunting this week. Talk to you later in the week. Bye for now.